Hit me with the intro music. Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Beard and a Half Movie Reviews. I'm Garrett.
And I'm Tyler.
Hit me with it again.
Oh, wait. On?
Dun. For those of you that don't know what we're laughing about, and you're just listening to this wonderful episode that we're doing today and would like to see us, head on over to our YouTube channel, Beard and a Half Movie Reviews with an S, so you can see Tyler zooming in on my face, mainly my forehead. Look at that thing glisten. Dude, oh my God, I just realized, look at my eyebrows. So this is a funny story. Hold on, zoom in again. This morning, wow, God, I look so tired without my glasses
You
on.
also look like you don't have eyebrows.
This morning, I know my eyebrows are blonde. This morning, I went to trim up my eyebrows because sometimes I put the guard on it and I go over my eyebrows because they get really long. I put the wrong guard on, so they're like really thin, right? So the fact that my eyebrows are not only blonde, but I did that. God, it looks so fucking terrible without my glasses on.
How many likes on the YouTube video to just shave them off?
I'm not shaving my eyebrows
Come on,
off.
man. Give me a number.
No.
Give me an unrealistic
How
number.
many likes?
Yeah.
It's got to at least get to 20,000, at least.
I think 20,000. What about
That's actually low. Like most people would probably say like in the millions or thousands, hundreds or something.
Hear me out. What if I made a TikTok?
If you made a TikTok?
How many likes? Just give me a number.
How many likes on TikTok? Oh, on TikTok, it's a little more.
Just to shave off those bad boys.
It's a little more popular on TikToks for the likes than I think YouTube. So I'm gonna hit like 100,000.
100. That's so unrealistic. Give me
No, you said any number. You did not say if I had to be realistic or not.
Okay, how about this? Give me a little bit of an unrealistic number.
50,000.
Done.
50,000 likes, and I'll shave my eyebrows.
Please do your thing. All right. It's so terrifying.
I know.
Especially
It's so much worse on the camera than it is in real life. Like in real life, they're not that bad.
No,
right?
they don't.
I mean, they're not terrible. Yeah.
But like on camera.
On camera, God dang, dude.
Plus,
it looks like I have like half.
Yeah, I was gonna say it looks like you shaved off one part of your eyebrow to do like that. That douchebag popular thing.
I didn't mean to do that. It's just my eyebrow color. It just goes. There's some dark and there's mainly blonde, but
a little slice right there. I don't see it because you wear glasses.
I know. That's what with the glasses you don't really notice it. But
like
yeah.
the sad thing is like even with mine, you can see like the caterpillars like right above them.
Yeah, I mean you can see mine kind of right above it, but it's bad.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna have to like hide them behind my frames. I fucked that up today. That's on me. I don't know why I did it, but I did it, so whatever.
I've never heard of somebody like thinning down their eyebrows before.
You never done that?
No, never.
I do that all the time. Sometimes I get some like really long ones. Like I pluck my eyebrows. I mean, I'll
do that. Yeah.
So
most of the time, like when I'm like trimming up the sides of my beard, I'll just whip right down the middle.
Oh, I don't do that. I literally pluck. But anyways, regardless, like sometimes I throw a guard on there and I just kind of get them. But I put on the wrong guard and they're really low today, so that's on me. Whatever.
Next episode, we're gonna wax Garrett's eyebrows.
No, we're not.
Just rip it off.
This one time, funny story. One of my good friends, his name was also Tyler. His mom owned a
no correlation
beauty salon, and one time I went there to get my hair cut. And she cut my hair, and then she was just like, hey, sit back and close your eyeballs. And I was like, why? And she's like, do you not trust me? And I was like, no. And she's like, just close your eyes. I said, okay. Next thing I know, she puts hot wax in the middle. And I mean, like, zoom in. They're pretty good now, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I could probably put 3 fingers up in between what she did. And I was like, never again. Never again. So thank you for that.
That's rough. The one time that I went to like an actual beauty salon, which I'll never go to again. I go to a barber now.
Well, I go to my aunt's, you know that.
Yeah.
But anyways, yeah.
I'll go to a barber. And I'll make sure it's the same guy every time. Sometimes there's this woman that'll cut my hair if that dude's booked up. But I went to this beauty salon one time, and there's this guy there. No head of hair. He was bald, like shiny bald, like Mr. Clean versus Johnny Sins shiny level kind of bald.
Pretty shiny.
He's really shiny. And he's like, "Oh, I would love to cut your hair, hun." I was like, first of all, that is a Southern black woman accent. Secondly, I'm in. Just full send.
Do it.
And like, instead of like, like the tempered fade, the fade on the sides and then long, the douchebag haircut.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
He shaved it all
and
then
douchebag, but
it just left the top of it, so I was completely bald on the sides.
you had like the Brad Pitt and Fury.
It was so bad. I hated it. But after that, he was like, I'll throw in a wax for free. I was like, okay, I'm not gonna say no to it. Sure, that's fine. I got my nose. Like,
I wanted to get my ears done. I have really hairy ears. I'll just be honest.
And then I got my eyebrows waxed, but like he did a thing over it, and so like I had really thin fucking eyebrows.
Fuck that. No, I've never had like anything, but like I said, that one time in the middle. But
First time, last time.
I'll never do that again. I've never even had a dude like straight shave with the.
Oh, I've had that.
No, I've never had that done. I've never had it done.
So nice. You know how they do it on the back of your neck sometimes when you get a haircut?
Nope, never had that done.
Really? So
I go to my aunt's.
That's fair.
She doesn't really cut dudes' hairs. I'm like the one exception.
Just ask her for a wax next time.
I'm not doing that. She probably would. Oh, I should ask her to wax my ears. That'd be a good idea.
So the dude also, he was like, "You want your mustache, like you want it to be able to twirl one day." I was like,
Sure.
I'm like 16 or 17, but I can still grow facial hair.
Yeah.
So he was like, "All right," and he like did the dry shave or did the straight razor shave, whatever, and then he fucking waxes just these sides and just fucking rips it off like a Band-Aid.
Fuck that, dude. Yeah.
More than anything. Like,
I've seen dudes that get like this whole thing like waxed, and I don't understand how they do that.
I've seen the 40-year-old version. Not gonna happen.
Well, yeah, I would never wax my chest. That's for sure.
No.
Fuck that. Kelly Clarkson.
How many likes?
How many likes to wax my chest?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, we gotta God no, we gotta hit like 1 million for that to happen. No, I'm not doing that. I'll wax my back.
No, that's so easy. You don't have.
I know there's not really that much hair back there.
At that point, no.
I get hair on my shoulders, and then it just comes down into like it cuts off here, it goes down the middle, and then I get it on my belly. But like as far as shoulders goes, I mean my back down, nothing.
Dude, I got hair from the neck beard down to the beanbag.
No, my what is he saying? My ball fro to my no. What is it on Step Brothers?
Yeah, from my chest hair to my pube fro.
That's what it is. My ball fro.
Ball fro, whatever.
Yeah, something like that.
Oh,
anyways, this episode is episode 6 of our podcast.
Did you do research?
We actually, I went back and looked because I wrote down last week which episode we did. And let me tell you what happened last week. You guys didn't hear that episode. We had a little bit of an audio issue that we were not aware of until way later. And pretty much I was the only audio that got recorded. So it's okay. It's nobody's fault. It was an accident. Accidents happen. We're not professionals here, if you haven't figured that out by now.
So basically,
we just act like it.
In the recording software, I normally split up mine and Garrett's audio because sometimes he's a little bit louder than me. Sometimes I'm a little bit louder than him. So we like to keep our audio tracks separate so we can edit it in post if need be. But the week before when we did Cats, I merged all of our audios together on accident. I was like, that's no big deal. I'll fix it next week when we come back.
Yeah.
So we came back, and I fucked up everybody's audio. So when I went to edit it, I was like, that's weird. I can only hear Garrett. So did some research. Turns out I fucked up. And then I was supposed to do a solo episode, and I was like, dude, I'll do Peacekeeper. No problem. I just finished watching it. Recorded the episode, sat down to edit it. I forgot to fix it again still. So, you know.
Dude, you should have told me, anyway.
You gotta be ready for it. So like when I go to you,
I'll be on it. You did you finish? You didn't watch Book of Boba Fett, did you?
I did. I watched all of it.
You watched all of it?
All of it. So disappointed in it.
Why?
We have another movie.
Okay.
Okay. Hold on.
We'll finish.
No.
We'll do that.
No. I'll tell you.
Okay.
There were 5 episodes of Boba
Do
Fett.
you? There were 6. Do you want
No,
to?
there was 7.
Do you? Okay, there was more. Hold on. Oh, I see what you're
Oh,
saying now.
yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
but hold on. Do you want to do this and record something after
Do I want to?
for the Book of Boba Fett?
You want me to? You want us to just do the Boba Fett thing right now?
No. Record this episode that we planned on doing for the movie we had already
Are we
watched.
fucking throwing this out the window?
No, we're doing this because I sat down and watched this.
This was a good movie,
And
though,
then
so
I know, and then when we get done with this, do you want to record something tiny for the Book of Boba Fett?
like 15 minutes.
We can do that.
Okay,
Let's do that. Okay,
All right.
no more
So-
talk about Boba Fett.
we're done. Moving on.
Stay tuned. You'll hear Book of Boba Fett. But yes, because of that, this is not episode 7. This is episode 6 again. This is episode 6.5. We're gonna say that. No, it's just episode 6.
This is just episode 6.
Today's movie, if you didn't figure out from the thumbnail and the title, is The King's Man. Not The Kingsman. The King's Man. The Kingsman. This is a prequel to when did the first one come out? The 2014 movie The Kingsmen.
I thought this
The
was related
Secret Service.
to the King's Speech.
The
No?
King's Speech.
No.
Close, but no. Mm-mm.
Sorry, not making fun of people with the stutter. Joke.
I actually, full disclosure, I saw the first one. I
Yeah.
have not seen the second one, the Golden Circle or whatever. Haven't seen
I
it.
watched the Golden Circle because they had the only reason I watched it is because like one of the previews he was like almost heaven.
Yeah, I
West
see. I've
Virginia.
seen parts of it, but I never actually
I watched
watched
the
it.
Golden Circle on like TV, and I was like, this isn't bad, but it's okay. But it was a new movie that came out on HBO. I mean, it was released December 21st of last year.
What, the last one or this one?
This one.
Oh, I am not 100% sure. It did come out in 2021. I don't know the exact date.
I'm almost late December. I'll at least say that because this was a movie that I wanted to go to the theaters and watch, but it was just like, I'm good. And then,
Well, I also read that it got pushed back like 90 million times. Apparently, it came out December 22nd of 2021.
those
So
2
there we
days
go.
off, so that's not bad.
Yeah.
That's a good number.
Wait, that was this one, right? Yeah, that was this one. Sorry.
That was the one we're doing
Well,
currently.
I was Googling it, and you type in Kingsman, and it brings up the other two, too.
Yeah.
But this is the King's Man.
This is
You have
the
to do that
King's
right.
Space.
The King's Man. Yeah, so we're just gonna
New year, new me.
No. Hold on. We're gonna run through the cast and everything first. So this has an R rating, has a runtime of 2 hours and 11 minutes. Which I think like the last 10 minutes is just straight fucking credits too.
Yeah, probably.
I hope there wasn't anything after the credits because I didn't watch.
I didn't watch it.
Okay. So we're going to go down through the list. I'm going to name some characters, but after you watch the movie, you realize that some of these characters actually appear in the other one just by different code names, apparently. Ralph Fiennes as Orlando Oxford. He's the same. He's supposed to be the younger version of Arthur because at the end you figure out he's Arthur, who is Michael King's.
On 9.
Michael
Uncle-
Caine's
Uncle
character in the first one. Sorry, I just saw something and I was like, is that fucking... No, he's not in that movie. Okay, anyways. Gemma Arterton as Polly.
She's so hot.
Um,
Lord have mercy, I'm about to bust.
I'm not going to get into it. I heard she was in that movie with, what's his name, Hawkeye. It was Hansel and Gretel.
Oh,
Did you ever watch that?
yeah, that was a terrible movie though.
Actually, I didn't think it was that bad. But anyways, I think they're making another one of
It was
those.
like
I don't know if that's
They
100%.
based it off
but
of like a kid's book. Like,
But,
I would
like,
love
made
to
it,
see like Shoots and Ladders, the movie.
it's not okay. But they did a little bit more to it than that.
Yeah, but
We got Rice Ifans. If I'm mispronouncing that, I do apologize. As Grigory Rasputin. Harris Dickinson is Conrad Oxford.
did you just look over to see me zoom in on?
So this dude's name Digimon Hounso. I'm gonna roll with that, but every time I see his first name, I want to say Digimon. That's Shola. Sean I'm not even gonna go through that. He's camp guard number one. I
shit.
don't care. Matthew Good as Morton. Charles Dance is the Kitchener. Who else do we got? I think that's pretty much it. No. I do remember.
What's his face?
I do remember. I'm not gonna go through the whole cast list of like
Oh, you did
camp
say
guard 1, Kingsman Taylor 1,
I keep hitting my mic.
everything else.
You said Ralph Fiennes, right?
Yes.
Orlando Oxford.
Is it Fiennes or Fiennes?
It's Fiennes.
Okay. We also got Daniel Bruhl as Eric Jean Hunnison. Right?
I'm trying to figure out.
Hunnison? Jan Hunnison? Anyways, Baron Zemo is what I like to remember him as. And then what else? We all remember that video of him dancing. The Winter Soldier and everything.
No, it wasn't from the Winter Soldier.
No, I'm sorry.
From
Hawkeye and the the Falcon
in the Winter Soldier.
In the Winter Soldier. There we go.
I also said it wrong.
I kept wanting to say Captain America, and I'm like, no. I mean, he did turn
into the Winter Soldier.
And then somebody who popped up that just very much surprised me. What is his name, and where is he? Because I know he's kind of like a long name. The dude from Kick-Ass. What's his name? It's like Aaron Taylor Johnson. There we go. I almost said Jonathan Taylor Thomas, but that's the dude from not this. Anyways, yes, he was in it as well. He played Archie Reed. That's pretty much it. I mean, there's a lot of people in this movie. I'm not gonna go through every single one of them because IMDb's cast list.
Stanley Tucci was here as well.
I feel like IMDb's cast list puts them in order of when they were actually in the movie and everything, which is stupid because you have to scroll like all the way down to find people that were actually like consistent through the movie, or else you just find like I said, Camp Guard 1, Camp Guard 2, Kingsman Taylor 1, Shepherd's Flock Member 2, 3,
all
4, 5, 6, and 7.
Is you forgot Stanley Tucci. I added him in there. We're good now.
Okay, yeah, that's good enough.
That's honestly
that's good enough.
Good enough for me.
This movie is directed by Matthew Vaughn.
Oh, Vince Vaughn's brother?
No, I don't think so. He produced Kick-Ass. He directed X-Men First Class. He also produced the first Kingsman. I don't know if he did the second one too. Yes, he did do the second one too. Fantastic Four, the 2015 Fantastic Four. Fire this man now. Kick-Ass 2, basically all the Kick-Ass. Well, that would be why he put that Aaron Taylor dude in it, because he's like, hey, dude, you're in all my Kick-Ass movies.
Hey, I know you. You want to be?
You want to be in another new movie for me?
You want to be in a Kick-Ass movie?
I gotta come back ever since I made that terrible Fantastic Four movie. Anyways, yeah, that's pretty much it, though.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, that's pretty much it. Okay, we're just gonna get right into this. Tyler,
limited edition, New Year, New Me. Let's go.
What did you think of this movie?
I loved it. It was a good movie.
You loved it?
Nah, I mean, it was okay.
No, go ahead.
It was better than okay.
This is based on the comic book, The Secret Service.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Pretty sure the first Kingsman was like the Kingsman, the Secret Service, or something like that. You know, they had that underlying. New Year, New Me. You want me to just run through my lines?
Just run it, man.
Just
run it.
Okay. So normally in movies, I have issues with choreographed fight scenes. But in this one, I just
What do you mean, like you have issues with them? Like they just aren't up to par for you? Or
like, we'll use a good example versus a bad example.
Okay. I'd love to hear what your good example is.
I was going to use... Well, now I'm trying not to go, like, kung fu based now.
You can go kung fu based.
Okay, so, like, Enter the Dragon.
Okay.
All right.
You went way old school.
Good fight scenes, though, right? Normally 1 or 2 cuts.
Yeah.
But for the most part, it's very fluid, and, you know,
it's
not as rough.
Well, I mean, yeah, but things have changed since Enter the Dragon came out.
You know, those guys spend a lot of time choreographing fight scenes, things like that. Especially
this is true.
Especially as far as, like, swords and stuff go.
Well, I mean, I'm just...
Go ahead.
Okay, so yeah, it did come out in 1973. I figured it was the 70s. So back then, though, you have to think that's like a Hong Kong movie that was made, and they do theirs vastly different than we do here. They're like, hey, today's the day we're gonna shoot your big fight scene. Also, it's the same day you're gonna learn it. Also, we're working for 20 hours straight. Also, you're actually gonna be punched. Also, be ready in 5.
But
And they're hardcore over
but
there.
you know what
man.
I mean? It looks really
Oh
good.
yeah, no, it does. I will admit, like they do it right, but damn, dude, they just run you dry.
Now, I'd love to be ran dry. Anyways, sorry.
Okay, but I see what you're saying.
Okay,
I
versus
would
like,
have went with like a
I don't know, Shang-Chi that
so you're like
spends
me.
20 hours every,
like-
well, 3 days.
Well, the difference between that is like movies like that, they take people that don't really have a huge martial arts background and teach them martial arts rather than like a movie made
These
in Hong
guys
Kong.
spend
where it's,
a long time learning how to fence and then they give you like real swords. Like if you're in the Star Wars universe, they give you lightsabers.
they give you long plastic rods.
Yeah. And you learn how to fight with them.
Yeah. No,
and
I
you learn your
understand.
choreography.
You like the single cuts.
Yeah.
Which is I'm the same way. I like long cuts. I like I don't like the 37 cuts for one punch being thrown and everything.
What I
else.
like, and there are a couple of times in the movie where it does cut to different angles, like
but they,
the sword cut.
They do a really good job because like the camera will like
it'll like pan around,
and then it'll like show somebody's back or something like that, and it transitions really well where you don't even really, unless you're really looking, you don't even know it's cutting to
because
like it.
They have this weird effect where basically you are zoomed in on somebody and you're close up, and then
you can't see what's going on around them. And then
I don't remember who patented the thing, but basically you zoom out and then walk closer, so it gives how like in movies whenever somebody has like that, like camera, and then it's just like, but it zooms in, but it's like that fear moment.
Yeah.
So it was kind of like that, and then they were panning around the entire shots during fight, not the entirety of it, but
there were a lot of them. Yeah,
the cinematography alone,
it was really good,
especially like the different places that they shot and the different scenes in general. Because really, what I look for in a movie that's supposed to be like realistic, it's not like a fairy tale or something.
This is like.
Imagine
they do a good job with these movies of incorporating like real events, because a lot of this stuff did actually. I mean, not I'm saying to an extent, but
most of this stuff happened.
Yeah,
minus
as
the
far
King's
as
man.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Take them out of the equation, and most of that stuff actually did in real life happen. And there are people in this movie that are real. Well, they're dead now for the most part.
Super dead.
But
this was like World War One. So
it was like 17
1917
yeah, around that area. So
most of these people probably dead.
But regardless, what I'm trying to say is they do a really good job with these movies of incorporating like real world events and then like throwing their spin on it to kind of be like, okay, so this is actually how this happened. In reality it didn't, but
what I really liked is like
for the sake of story,
they were in the carriage with Archduke Franz Ferdinand and his wife. And it was just like this dude that tried to assassinate them.
This just
failed.
Just
like, fuck, dude.
Yeah.
And he's just sitting at a cafe, and they're like,
he was about to kill himself because he had
And then the little cart comes up, like, we missed the turn. Fuck.
And
then he's just like, my luckiest day.
Yeah, it was just right in his face.
And I was just like, damn, man, they really did it like that.
That was funny to me.
I was like, okay, this is the start of World War I right here, boys. And then like they had Vladimir Lenin, they had not Rasputin.
Rasputin was a real person. Yeah.
They were like czars or whatever they're called.
Czar, however you say it. Yeah.
I think it's just like
it's like a
czar, ZAR.
I think
maybe. But there's a T at the front, but it's.
I thought it was a C. It was CZ. However it's spelled. I know what you're talking about though.
They had czars in Russia, and they all they had a horrible fucking the czar that was in the movie with the long hair that looked real raggedy and everything like that.
That was Rasputin,
Yeah. So he killed his son, and I don't think they showed that in this movie. But that's what made him go crazy in the first place.
I think so, no. But he's, from what I've read about him, he seemed like a...
He's quite the character, though.
Quite the character, yeah, but somehow was able to do crazy like medical things
It was pretty
that
enjoyable.
people I still don't think understand exactly and don't really believe in some of the stuff that he was able to do. But I don't know. It's one of those things. It's one person said something to another person that said something to another person that said something to another person that wrote it down. So
It's like the Bible
and everything. It's not like the Bible.
There's 30 different people that wrote the Bible, though.
It's not okay, and there's also different versions. But regardless, we're not going to get
Mine's
religious
the favorite.
in this.
My favorite's Martin Luther King James version.
What?
I'm just fucking with you.
Oh, it's got two. Okay, I just saw something on my laptop. I'm gonna close that, so I'll stop looking at it.
So the second thing that I liked was the historical accuracies that they had that they incorporated into the movie.
Yeah,
especially
I don't know much about that. I mean, I knew
the trench warfare that scene at night that they had.
Yeah, it was really cool.
So before they would use if they heard something in the night, bro, whoever side heard it, they would shoot up flares. See for just a quick second, and they would just lay
open
fire on that spot, and they would do it for like 30 or 45 seconds. Quit, reload. If nothing happens, they just keep going. But like sticking to that trench scene, the fucking knife fights that happened, they're like, we're gonna put down our guns.
Oh yeah,
and we're
it was
just gonna
intense.
Fucking go for it. I was like, oh, this is probably just gonna be like, just a bull charge. Dude got his fucking like neck sliced. It was like
that's what I was kind of like while watching it. Okay, so the first one, like I said, I haven't seen the second one, so I don't know. I don't think I needed to see the second one
like
to really know because, and that's what as soon as you said we'll do this, and I knew it was a prequel, I was like, okay, cool, I can watch this without having to watch the second one. Maybe there was some stuff I missed that
I don't think so.
I don't really think so either, but after seeing the first one, like I remember watching it and kind of like, okay, this is kind of, pretty action packed and stuff like that, And then there's that scene where he's in the church and he just absolutely slaughters like 30 people. And you're like, holy shit, that was so badass.
Yeah.
I expected that in this movie and we kind of got it. I was kind of let down that there wasn't like more of that. But yeah, I'm glad that like you were saying in the trench scene, it was very gruesome.
It was so gruesome.
Like I said, kind of like that church thing and everything else. So I'm happy that they kind of stayed true to that and still, like, I'm happy it had an R rating and everything.
It was violently aggressive.
I expected violence. Gratuitous violence.
When I saw the opportunity to watch this movie, I thought to myself, because I don't like movies that it's just fighting. I mean, don't get me wrong. Sometimes there's like a little bit of a plot to it.
Oh, I'll take a movie that has no plot and it's just fighting.
I can't do that. I have
one of my favorite movies of all time, as far as like fighting movies goes. And if you watch fighting movies, if you've ever listened to this podcast, I talk about Scott Adkins a lot. He's one of my favorites. It's the same with Michael Jai White. But there's the movie Undisputed 2. There's the first one, but it had Wesley Snipes and it was straight boxing. Then the second one came out. It's a movie about a dude that goes to prison. He's falsely accused, goes to prison, strictly to fight in prison fighting league.
Oh,
that's the whole thing.
That's the dude that just strips down butt naked and throws baby oil on him, right? Bronson?
No, not that. But regardless,
good movie,
what I'm saying is, as far as like a plot goes, not a big one. Dude goes to prison, you have to fight. The whole movie is just him fighting until he can get. The second one was pretty much just like this, back and forth between the two main characters, but the third one, it was literally like, hey, you're going here, you're gonna fight, and that's the movie. And then each round fighting different dudes, and I mean, I fucking love those
Anytime
movies.
I see like Death Race on TV and I see Jason Statham, I was like, I know the plot of this movie immediately. Don't need to watch it.
He's gonna kick ass.
Yeah,
that's all you need to know.
He's got a car. He's gonna win.
Not every movie like with him is
like
that,
but
though.
Like they made like 5 Death Race movies.
Only the first one was worth the shit.
The second one was okay, but like
it didn't have Jason Statham, though.
But it just kept getting worse. Yeah, you're like Death Race. Oh, featuring Machete.
Yeah, I did see that there was one with him, but yeah, no thanks.
What the fuck am I watching now?
These movies have done a good job of like keep going without like. Even like with this movie, who has a totally different cast than all the other ones. Like you think sometimes you hear prequels and you're like, that's probably gonna be shit.
Yeah, like Star Wars.
This did a pretty good. Okay, yeah, no, but anyways, this did a pretty good job of keeping up with the whole like.
Just to backtrack a minute, I love the prequels to Star Wars.
Okay,
like the
thank you.
After ones though, like
The
after.
Ray
Yeah.
saga, whatever you want to call
I
it.
care
Yeah.
less about that.
Haven't even watched all of them.
That's why
I
I
never
heard.
watched the last one.
That's why I heard that like that's why they were making the Mandalorian, the Book of Boba Fett, everything like that. They were like, we're trying to make up for the shit that we did, so we're gonna throw this stuff.
Doing a good job. We'll get into that.
We'll get in. Sorry to jump to James Gunn on that
Don't
one.
do that.
Anyways, other thing that I liked, during the scene where he parachuted, like he got into the
At the
airplane,
very end, yeah.
and it was like,
Well,
it was close to the end. Yeah.
Yes, pretty much so. The final showdown.
I like the final showdowns because it's always like
it was,
they build up momentum, and then it's got
it
like
was.
30 minutes of like this is the showdown.
Yeah.
And I'm always a big fan of that. That's why I really liked what's the Infinity War. What's the one where they finally like fucking fight Thanos at the end? That's Infinity War.
There's Endgame and then
Endgame.
and
No,
then
it's Endgame.
yeah.
Because they had like a 45-minute battle. And I was like,
that they
action-packed.
also had like 9,000 characters. That
Yeah,
were
but it
popping
was
up and stuff.
awesome.
But yeah, no, it was super cool.
But,
But
like-
I'm not gonna compare this with a Marvel.
No.
scale movie, but
No.
Yeah,
But like the hype is still there because you're like, oh, nonstop action. So like when the dude's in the airplane and something fucks up as far as his land or
he just
gear.
tied.
He just
He
fucking
tied 2 strings to the throttle thing.
just so it wouldn't
which
go
was-
anywhere.
I mean,
but you
in
would,
1912, I mean, you don't have like the technology we have now. But I just love. I
It's
mean,
no
he's pretty
Tesla.
smart. He has like fancy. I don't want to say gadgets, but he does have some fancy stuff. But then yeah, just string.
the man created like the first parachute,
And then yeah, just ran with it.
and then he just tied a string to a fucking
Yeah.
accelerate. What is it called? I don't.
It's what do you mean?
The stick shift thingy.
Oh yeah,
The
like
throttle or-
the throttle joystick, whatever you want to
to
call.
fly
I
the
don't
plane
know.
to go up, down.
Not a
left,
pilot.
right.
Yeah.
I'll call it a joystick. That's what it looks like. Anyway, when he got off the plane and like he was stuck, and you could just see him twirling around and everything like that.
Mhm.
For CGI and special effects, it did not look bad at all. Like I was thinking it would
No.
look like real choppy.
Mhm.
No, it was
I would
fantastic.
have shit my pants.
Oh, dude.
That's what would have happened. The plane would have been spinning, and there would have been a spiral of shit behind it. I already don't like heights, let alone falling through a plane wings.
I don't.
Which I also kind of was like, why didn't he like cut his way out?
Yeah. Well,
Not like through.
the
He went
momentum,
out.
like, so you got to think
that would've
inertia
made
is
more
like
sense.
spinning this man upside
That
down,
makes sense.
left and
yeah.
right.
Okay.
So if he can get a tear going rather than trying to go through because he's just gonna be stuck
Yeah.
there, just cut out in one direction and wait for the inertia to fling you forward.
It's true.
You're good.
He did a good job. Yeah.
And then as far as that scene goes, whenever they got like he got stuck on the wall and he's trying to climb up and he just fucking sees the mountain goats. He's like, "That's how I'm gonna
Do
climb."
they actually do that? Can they do that?
I don't-
I've seen. Now I'm not obviously like super knowledgeable on mountain goats and everything, but I've seen a bunch of videos of them on the side of mountains, and you're like, how the fuck do you guys get up there? But that mountain was straight, or that goat was straight up like hands on one, feet on the other.
I know that they can do it, but not that like
I don't-
vertically.
Yeah, I don't think they could do that. But I
They-
was wondering. I was like, is that something they
Because
actually
like
do?
they can do that, but not that like wide out. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
So
Yeah.
I know they can do that because they can also like on all four jump onto like something the size of like a saucer, just a little tiny saucer. They can jump with all four legs and land on it
That's wild.
like 5 feet away. And I was like, there are probably so many bodies, like goat bodies.
Probably.
down there.
I don't know how he got the goats up there in the first place.
I would assume he used the lift,
The
but
lift
like
thing, yeah. But
I
it's
think
just,
as a goat going up one of those, I'd be scared shitless and try and get out.
I feel like
And
that
then
guy,
again, goat bodies.
what was his name? Shepherd.
Yeah.
I feel like he literally just got the goats just to take out his aggression on them.
Yeah, because I mean,
Just like every time he got mad, he's like, "Fucking kill that, fucking kill that goat."
I mean, you're not wrong, but
Didn't like that
you didn't like him killing goats
for no reason at all. No, I don't.
out of
appreciate
anger.
That.
Yeah, that was his reason.
I get mad too. You don't see me going outside and shooting squirrels.
Could. I
Could.
don't think you could hit one.
Probably not. No.
I've seen you aim a BB gun at a
It's
soda
not,
can.
I'm not the best shot. It is what it is. That's why I nunchuck and have a knife.
Um, I also put the sword angles during their final climactic
Oh, it
fight
was
scene,
yeah with the
and it was literally on like the hilt of the
that
sword.
was really cool.
I
I
was
did like
like,
that.
that's super dope. I
That
love that.
that whole scene was shot super well. I like
Yeah,
how it had like the projector going the whole time, and they were from. Would you call that a barn? Is
yeah.
that like a
I would,
barn?
I would. I mean, either a shed or a barn, dealer's choice.
Okay, we're gonna say a barn. So like just them like traversing all around the barn, over the table, then on the table, then outside, and everything else. It was just all really cool.
Just
Um,
imagine how well that was choreographed, because there's probably like 3 cameramen and
super
one dude with
good.
a boomstick just fucking running around.
I doubt they had a boomstick with it.
Oh,
Maybe
I meant a boom mic,
or
but
a
yeah,
boom mic, but yeah, I know what you're saying.
Evil Dead in
But
my head. My bad. You just see Ash in
just
there,
comes out the fucking chainsaw,
and
gets
he's.
it going.
I mean, but I did enjoy that. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and then I enjoyed. This is gonna sound bad, but I'm just gonna say it because like 2 or 3 people fell off that cliff, like the bad guy did.
The huge dude,
Spoilers.
yeah. The
The
dude at
huge
the
dude
end,
did,
yeah.
and then the dude with the porn, little the negative films. He like the rope got
Oh, yeah,
sliced.
yeah, yeah. Okay.
I
I
like
was like the dude with the porn.
so like
I know what you're saying now.
just for preference or just for context. Sorry, the other guys. You thinking what I'm thinking? Aim for the bushes, and it actually shows them like hitting the ground. I like that. I liked how in this movie it
It
showed
actually
all
showed them hit the
three of
ground
them.
instead of the camera angle just
Yeah,
being like you
because what I
just
put is
hear
I
them.
enjoyed seeing people fall and not pan away at the last second, because a lot of films they're like, oh look, he's flying, and then they pan
Yeah,
away.
or they just have like the audio of it.
Yeah, I don't like
Mm-hmm.
that. I much rather prefer, show the gruesome bit. It is what it is,
We got to see it.
and I really much enjoyed that.
I get it.
And then going back real quick,
Mm-hmm.
whenever they're like, I'll send you a signal as soon as I get up there and I'm ready, and he's fighting the big dude at the lift.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like after he shoots the flare and like that's their signal, they start taking people out. And I forget what that dude's name is that just fucking rides up the rope, but he fucking gets
Yeah.
up there and slices that dude's head
Dude's
off.
whole head off. That was pretty cool.
And I
I did
was
like
like,
that a bunch.
that was nice, because like that dude, the other dude, the main dude, Ralph Fiennes' character,
Mm-hmm.
like threw 2 or 3 throwing knives at him and then stabbed him through the leg with a sword,
Oh
and he
yeah,
was still
he
fighting
did
him.
straight damage to that dude.
It's like how I imagine they pictured Andre the Giant whenever he was in a movie, just like this undestructible beast.
Probably.
But
Well, that's kind of like that's like how Rasputin died and everything, which I love that whole like fight with him and how he's dancing and everything else, which was hilarious. It was almost
it was like a
like an
ballet.
Irish dance kind of thing too, but with all the spins and everything. But regardless, in real life, because he, like I said, he was a real person. He died, and it was, from what I've read, he died kind of the same way. A dude invited him. I can't remember the guy's name. Invited him to his room. He ate pastries or cakes, whatever, with it. He laced everything with poison, though,
Yeah.
even the wine. And then the dude just had no effect at all to it or whatever. So then he shot him, like, I think it said, and there's like a bunch of questions around his death and everything else, but he shot him like 2 or 3 times. One of them, he swears up and down, through the heart, and he was still alive and kicking. It wasn't until he shot him like straight through the head that he actually died. Or I don't even think that's what killed him, actually. I think the autopsy report said that he died from drowning in the lake right outside that. So
So I'm trying to look to see.
that dude was a beast, but
Well,
also he was kind of fucked up.
he was like a clergy. Dude, he was something, man.
He's something.
Because they called him a mystic, a visionary, and a prophet.
They called him like the monk or whatever.
Yeah.
The not the mad monk, the something monk. I don't know. And they make that reference in the movie too.
Oh no,
but
they called him the Mad Monk.
the mad monk. Okay, I was right. But yeah, yeah, that dude was out there. That guy was out there. I heard originally they wanted to play the song Rasputin. I can't remember who sings that for that whole fight scene, but then they switched it because, yeah, they wanted to. I can't remember exactly the reasoning behind it. They wanted to keep up with like them having really good music for their fight scenes or something. I don't know.
I wanted him to play the Istanbul song. Istanbul was once Constantinople, now it's Istanbul.
That's funny.
Because I'll be waiting in Istanbul. Hey,
Something.
that'd have been a good one. But it is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
That's it as far as my likes go. Because I know I probably said some stuff you liked, but
You did, yeah.
I know you're gonna finish off strong.
You went over a bunch of 'em. I did like whenever he did give him the poison and everything, and he's like doing the crazy throat talking and everything, and the Rasputin character, and he's telling him about, or he's fixing his leg or whatever.
Dude, that was such a weird
It
scene.
was super weird.
he
I
was
was
just
like,
like-
you gonna fuck him or what's
He was just
going
like
on?
eating a whole
Yeah.
bunch of bread, and then he started tongue blasting his fucking
Yeah,
leg.
and then just like mid talking, just sorry.
Rasputin, weird
Like,
guy.
it was nothing. I thought that was hilarious, and then the whole dance fight, like I said, but not like capoeira dance fight.
No,
like I said, it was like
ballerina sword fighting.
well, they said it was like, I'm not even gonna look it back up again, but they said it was some sort of like Irish dancing or something like that they incorporated into the fighting. But it was really cool.
Not
I
like
wanted
a jig,
to no,
but
but like something more, maybe not Irish dancing, but some sort of like folk dance or whatever. Like I said, with a bunch of spinning and everything. But it was pretty cool. I did like that whole scene. That's to me where the movie, like, because like I said, I was expecting a lot more action in this movie, and I mean it did have it, but not on the scale that I was really hoping for. But I remember that scene was about the halfway mark. And
Yeah.
that's where I was kind of starting to lose interest, and thankfully, like, that kicked it back into gear for me, and then I really started paying attention to the rest of the movie. But
yeah, that's how I felt too.
that was where it really pulled me in. What else did we have? We had, like I said, Baron Zemo and Quicksilver was in this movie, which I thought was hilarious.
Quicksilver. They had the original, like the
one that became a shield for Hawkeye.
Yeah,
that guy.
he did a good job.
He was in it.
I'm glad he died.
I was not.
I like Peter Evans better.
Like I said, the final fight. Because like I said, I love fighting movies, action movies, but mainly just straight up fighting movies and stuff like that. And I think for the lack of fighting, I don't want to just say fighting, you know what I'm saying? But I don't know how to put it in words what I'm thinking
It's
right
literally
now. But
Russian ballet. I just wanted to make
it's
sure.
Russian ballet?
Yeah, the
Okay.
fights that they were doing were Russian ballet.
Okay.
Because I was like every Tsar of Russia, like they did ballet in some way, shape, or form.
Yeah.
Like that was like their downtime thing.
Mm-hmm.
But I imagine Rasputin being as crazy as he fucking was
Yeah.
like, let's incorporate sword into this. And then just fucking swords and ballet, dude.
He did really good. What was the accent
did.
that the shepherd guy had? The main dude, the main bad guy. What was his accent?
Scottish.
Hate that accent.
You don't like the Scottish accent?
Hate it. And
But-
it's always the bad guy that has it in movies.
Okay, let me just stop you
his
there.
character-
Shrek, good guy.
Okay.
Scottish.
This is a little bit different.
How
but
was that different? You
he's-
just stated
He's an ogre. It was a lovable movie. He's a lovable character. But regardless,
he wants to be feared and
he
hated.
reminded me. You remember watching like Inspector Gadget
Yeah,
and the bad guy? I can't remember his name.
I barely
It's
even
been
remember.
so long since I've seen that.
You asked me
that
if I
show,
remember
but-
Inspector Gadget. Yes. Do I remember anything else?
No. Well, you remember how the bad guy, you never saw his face,
Yeah.
you just saw his arms, and he's always petting his cat and everything. That's what this shepherd dude reminded me of.
Because we never saw his face until the very end.
the very end. I thought we were gonna go through the whole movie without ever seeing his face, but then we did, and
Because
then
it turned out to be the dudes, and I was like, no fucking way.
Kitchener or whatever dudes.
Yeah.
Is a whole thing. But yeah, I was like, okay, so that was kind of cool. But anyways, back to my point. The whole ending fight
You don't
scene
like
and
Ewan
everything
McGregor?
like that. I hate that voice though. I hate that. Ewan McGregor's different.
He's
because,
Scottish, though.
Okay, but 90% of the movies he does, he's not Scottish, so I take it.
You know what? You win this round.
but but what I'm saying is
You don't like Conor McGregor?
no, I actually don't like him, and I wish just once he'd like rest his shoulders and chest because he's always fucking flexing.
Come on, mate.
He's always
Oh, no,
flexing.
I went British.
And I'm like, you don't have to be flexing, dude. Everybody already respects you, but
Are you ready to fight me, Garrett?
he's just I do not like him. I don't know what it is. I mean, I like watching him fight, but just I don't know something about him. I just don't like him. I don't know why. But regardless, for the lack of fight scenes and action that I really thought we were going to get from this movie and everything, I think they made up for with that final
That's what
showdown.
I'm saying. Yeah.
No, it really did, because not only was it shot awesome, the panoramic shots and everything like that were super cool. The choreography was super cool. It was sweet. And whenever they started, I knew he took the sword with him and it was on his back and everything like that.
Yeah.
But when they started fighting, they were using guns and everything like that. And I thought, like, oh, please don't tell me they're about to just have a shootout, because that would not be the coolest thing ever.
No.
But then they didn't, and I thought it was cool too how that his one dude was just like, hey, like, he bucked up too, like he was gonna fight, and he's like, oh, 2-on-1. And
there's going to be two versus one?
2 versus 1?
That's not very gentlemanlike of you.
Yeah, exactly. So then he was just like, okay, stand aside, I got this. And then, yeah, they went at it. What I thought was super cool is at the very end, whenever he kicks him, or he throws a grenade, that's what it was, and he flies out the barn, which I thought was super badass with the shield. Yeah. But then he pulls out his sheath, and I was really hoping he was just going to kick his ass with that. Because
it's a sheath, bro.
You've never seen the movie Blood and Bone, have you?
No.
So that is another fighting movie with Michael Jai White, and basically he's in like this underground fighting league. There's a whole lot more to it than that, but the last dude he fights in the movie is a dude who's very fluent with like swords and stuff like that, and he gives off throughout the whole movie the impression that he knows nothing about weapons. He's strictly, I'm gonna punch you in your face kind of thing. And at the very end, the dude pulls out a sword and then hands the other dude a sword too, and he does all this crazy fucking Michael Jai White does. And then after he's done, the one guy's kind of stunned because he's like, he fucking lied to me. He does know how to use the sword. Throws the sword, pulls out the sheath, and proceeds to kick his living ass with just the sheath. And it was like the coolest thing in the world. But I was really hoping we were going to get something like that in this movie. Because as soon as I saw him pull it out, I was like, oh shit, it's going to be like that movie Blood and Bone. But no, actually it wasn't. But the whole scene was super cool. I did really like it. That's really all I got though. Yeah, that's really all I got. But I did like, okay, I will say this really quick, with the whole sword fighting and everything like that. It wasn't like just like a fencing fight.
No.
No, they did a really good job of like mixing it up and incorporating a whole lot of other aspects and stuff like that in the fight, which I really did appreciate. Because if they would have just had a fence off, I would have been like, fuck this.
For the most part, whenever you're learning swords, as far as I'm aware, especially in movies or plays or whatever, you learn how to fence first, because most of the time you're going to try and go for like the jabs and stuff to try and finish your, like to stab them. Yeah. So they learn fencing that way, like, oh, in movies you can just like stab through their armpit.
I'm sure it's kind of like a fundamental thing to learning, like in more advanced like sword stuff. Yeah, like it's kind of a little bit of fencing is in like any style of sword fighting.
I mean,
maybe
as well as your footwork and your leg work and everything
that's
like
true
that.
too. Yeah.
So you need to learn your stances and when to move and when it's a whole thing. So
it's the basics.
It literally is, and it encompasses everything. That way you know.
Yeah.
So I thought
I get that.
Cool.
No, yeah, and like I said, they did do a really good job of that. That's all I got though for my likes. That's all I got. So I'll let you get into your dislikes.
New year, new me. I'll start the show off. It does not taste good when it's like fizzy bubble top.
So good. That's my favorite.
I have grown to hate these ones, actually.
They didn't. Are you serious?
Just because the amount of times that I drink them.
Oh, dude, I could drink those all the time, but I couldn't find one today, so I had to get something different.
I bought like an 8-pack of them because I was like, he's not gonna bring a drink. I'll just have one in the thing.
And then I text you, and I totally was gonna bring you a drink.
Yeah. Well, normally you don't. So like.
I know. I forget.
Because it's like you go to the gas station and I'm like, hey, grab me a drink, and then you get here with like 3 drinks and you're like finishing the first one, cracked open. You're just like,
these are all for me.
So this is mine, and then I've got this backup one here that I'm probably going to enjoy halfway through the
on my way home or something. Yeah.
So it is what it is.
All right.
So I stayed prepped and I got strapped with energy drinks.
There you go.
The leg scene, I really hated that.
That was
Dude.
it was very I thought originally that like the son was gonna go in there and they were gonna have like an
But like,
almost like sex scene kind of thing,
well,
and then
because
they were gonna break out and be like, "Huzzah, you're dead."
it,
But
it was
nah,
it was funny because it reminded me of like the Shadow Austin Powers like gag things where like they're pulling stuff out of his ass from behind the
with
curtain.
Mini Me,
Yeah,
yeah,
and
the
but only from behind the door could you like hear just like moaning and weird noises and shit. And you're like, what the fuck's going on in
yeah,
there? Because
I
from
don't,
two dudes, like those two dudes are standing outside the door. You got Rasputin and Ralph Fiennes' character in there,
mm,
and you hear like, "Take off your pants,"
yeah, take
and
off
you
your
just hear
trousers.
like,
It was the whole thing.
and then oh, and then like, and you're
Yeah.
like, what the fuck is
Let me
going?
lick your wound. It was
And
that
and
was weird. That was weird.
and he fucking took him into the water, and I was like, you know what? This turned out to be a different thing. You know what? We'll let his witch
This
doctor,
is a little strange. Yeah.
let the soothsayer do his thing.
Yeah.
Didn't like that.
Yeah. Oh, I get it.
Um, how many dislikes do you have before I continue?
For me,
Yeah,
just two.
just two.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So my second one, spoilers. Whenever his son tricked the dude into going into the war and taking his place,
Yeah.
and like, but then there was the knife fight scene. You're like, "Dude, this is cool."
Yeah, it was cool.
The whole purpose of that was there was a British guy, a Russian British spy that
Mm.
had gathered intel. He got blown up, so they're like, we need to go retrieve what this dude has,
Yeah.
and this could change the tide of the war.
Mm-hmm.
So they're going out there. That's why they did the knife fight at like midnight.
Yeah.
Go and get that
No,
guy.
not everybody wanted to be killed in it either.
Yeah.
So yeah. No,
So
I got it.
after the knife fight, dude goes over, grabs his shit, and then like at the break of dawn, he's just running through in this badassery
Yeah.
with the thing, and they're like, "What's your name?" And he says his name. He's like, "I don't remember you.
Yeah. That's not you.
You're not him." And then he's like, "You're a Russian spy." And he fucking shoots him in the
Shoots
head.
him in the face.
And I was like, I can honestly say I was not expecting that.
That was very unexpected.
It was-
And you know what's funny is I wrote it down in my dislikes too, that the son annoyed me. And I wrote this like while that whole scene was happening, because when he's sitting in that like pit talking to the one dude and he's like crying and everything else, and it's like he's like, I should have listened to my dad. And it's like, no shit, you should have listened to your dad, dude. You've been a whiny ass bitch your whole life. Like your mom's dying wish was for you to not go into the war or see war or do anything that involves war.
And what did you want to do?
In your whole life, you're just going against your mother's literal dying wish because you just want to prove a point that you're just like, you know, you don't need protection and all this other stuff. And then you get there, you see war, you're in war, you kill a man, and then you cry about it because you're like,
just a real big thing. He died during war. Okay.
What do you mean he died during war?
He got fucking shot in the head by his own friend.
Yeah, no, I get that, but that's what I'm saying. So then I'm writing this down, and I was like, I want to go to the war, you know, my mom. And then I realized my dad was right, and it sucked. And then, like, right as I look up,
you just see, like,
and I see him get shot in the face, and I was like, okay, but I don't think he deserved that.
Because, I mean,
like, damn, son.
Like, if those guys had known what he had, like, they would have been like, all right, let's hear him out. Dude, not a Russian spy.
Yeah. I mean, they got what he had, but yeah.
Well, I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
This dude literally just, like, almost, I would say single-handedly, but there were, like, 3 Germans that he fought with a knife, but I'm pretty sure, like...
Oh, he murdered 3 of them, and then the 4th one was the huge dude that just,
Well, no, he murdered 2, and then the dude shot the other 2, which alerted the guards, like, the soldiers to start firing in at him.
He was okay.
And then he got thrown in the hole with the British dude.
Yeah. Well, he ran, but yeah.
Yes.
What you're saying.
But like, what would piss me off is, you know, this guy's on your side. You see him running with the dude that has the information.
Oh, I know,
and,
right?
like, you get him in the hole, and you're like, "Oh, that guy's dead." But I mean, you're here. Who are you? I'm this guy. Now, hold on a minute. You carried this guy here. You know what? I'm gonna shoot you in the face.
I don't think you're that bad. If you just did all that for us.
What would have been funny is because I'm pretty sure at the end of the movie, that Scottish dude that he switched places with was in the Kingsman, like in that thing. I don't remember.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
he
that was him.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he played, or his code name was like Lancelot, or I can't
yeah,
remember. They all
Lancelot.
had
That's
like
it. That's
something like that. Yeah.
because what I thought was funny is I was like, what if that dude just became his son instead? Just call it a day. Like they just switch all together.
You know what? You're gonna take the persona of my son. You are my son now.
That's it. They switch places.
And
That's
that's
it.
the movie.
Done with them.
I don't think it would have made sense for his character.
No, I know, but
Yeah.
yeah, that pissed me off like
He
so
did,
bad
like
for
I
no
said,
reason.
I put that in my dislikes too because at first I was like,
This man is a hero, but
yeah.
like I was gonna put it. I didn't write it down. Like I wrote down the fucking dude like tongue blasting his fucking thigh. I didn't like that, man.
I don't understand, like, as far as like health and science goes too, like what significance does that have, licking
It was
a very old wound too at that? It's already
well, like back
healed and
then,
it's just
their modern medicine. You know, a witch doctor probably not out of the ordinary.
okay,
You got to
but
think Western
you'd think
cowboys
like,
used
let
a
me rub
fucking.
chicken bones on it or something crazy, but he's just like, oh, let me tongue blast that that gunshot wound.
I've seen like in westerns, not like actually, but they would infect a wound that would cause it to pus up if you like had like buckshot or something in there, just to push the bullet up because they didn't want to dig into it because they
Okay.
could fix that infection, they just couldn't get the bullet.
Yeah.
And I mean, I've seen them do. I only say this because of A Million Ways to Die because I did research afterwards. They actually used birds to pick shit out of people's fucking like you got glass in you or something
Yeah.
like that. They didn't have the surgical equipment. They would use birds.
Fucked
I
up.
was like, that's gross, but you know what?
Okay. I mean, you got to use what you got to use.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they were like, oh, I can just kill this bird, take his beak, and make like little
tweezers. Yeah.
And that was it. They used hummingbirds if they could kill them. That's what
Maybe.
they used. But I absolutely hated that scene, how he got shot in the face. I was like, this is going to be the epic story. This dude's character is going to be Michael Caine. It's going to be dope. Turns out, nope, that was incorrect. And I made an assumption.
Nope. Yeah.
And
he got shot in his forehead.
Yep, he sure did. Just like, pew, pew.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. For me, it'd be the easiest target in the world. They wouldn't even have to aim, and they'd shoot me in my forehead.
You just hip fire, just like a cowboy.
Yeah. It just let me shoot this one behind my back. Oh, sweet.
Yeah, I would have been like happier instead if like those guys got into like a fist fight or a knife fight and like badly wounded, like healed, or even died from his injuries after he explained himself. Like, oh, that guy's a dick. Then they shoot that guy in the head.
Yeah.
I'd have been okay with either of those things, but instead, no time to explain. Pew.
Straight shot in the face.
Yeah, domed.
Yeah, no, that was tragic, and like I said, that was what I wrote down on my dislikes too. I didn't like that. First, yeah, like I said, I didn't like that he was a whiny little bitch, and then I was like, okay, but I don't feel like he deserved to get shot in his forehead for that. But
I don't know. I've never killed a man before, so I don't know what my first reaction afterwards would be.
I've killed 7 men.
We'll come back.
I'm just kidding. Well, yeah, we'll come back to that when I finally have done it.
We'll come back to it. I'll admit to it on tape.
Is that all your dislikes though?
That's it.
I had the only other thing I had besides that was the shepherd dude and how he, like I said, he took out all of his aggression on the goats. First of all, I didn't like his accent because I don't know what it is about that accent.
You don't like listening to the winds rippling through the
it's
highlands.
only when they're a bad guy, and like I said, most of the time they are bad guys. But it's only when they're a bad guy do I just absolutely fucking hate it. And they're always like shite.
That's how I felt with was it Fassbender? Michael Fassbender, is that his name?
Yeah.
The young Magneto. In the movies, sometimes you could hear like the Scottish accent come out, and I was like, you know what? I don't like that. I
always think of I think it was the first G.I. Joe. Yeah, I think it was the first G.I. Joe. I don't remember what the name of it was because they've made so many now. But it was the first one with Channing Tatum.
Oh yeah, and
the main bad dude had like that thick Scottish accent.
He's not Scottish.
Like, it's not Scottish. What is it?
He's British.
No.
You're talking about Christopher Eggleston, right?
I don't know his name.
Oh, here. I'll do it.
You can look it up. I can't really remember that movie. It's been so long since I've seen it, but
G.I. Joe.
Yeah, the first one. Movie. Not the one with The Rock.
Yeah, no. I know
the one before that.
It was like G.I. Joe Rise of Cobra.
Oh, is that what it was? See, I wanted to say that, but I figured that was the name of the second one. But yeah, the main bad guy, I can't remember. And then he ended up getting the
Destro, right?
Destro, yeah. I think that's what he
So
That guy, yeah. What's his name? Okay, yeah.
He was the first Doctor.
Yeah, so
in
he had
Doctor
like
Who.
okay, but he had like a Scottish accent in that movie.
He's not. He didn't have a Scottish accent in
He
that
did
movie.
too, yes, because that
Oh,
was his whole like blood, his family. Remember, he was talking about his bloodline of the Scottish people and everything. And
it was.
dude, he had a thick Scottish accent in that movie. I'm telling you. But let me tell you, his accent in that movie, I absolutely fucking hated.
You know what? Maybe he did have a
I'm
Scottish
telling you, he
accent.
did because he was like
It's from
they
like
were
the 2 seasons of Doctor Who that I've heard him in. Never heard the Scottish accent. David
maybe.
Tennant, another Doctor, is Scottish. I hate his fucking Scottish accent.
I wonder if I can fucking. I'm not looking that up, but yeah. Anyways, that was my only dislike. I'm looking up something different.
I like how I got that though. Like I immediately knew Destro
Well,
was played by.
because yeah, you watch Doctor Who, which that makes sense.
Well, I mean British actors. You know, I looked up all of the Irish actors that are like. When I say well known, I don't mean like a low jab at like lesser known people, but man, Colin Farrell and Liam Neeson and Pierce Brosnan were like the only ones that popped up like at the top that I knew. Everybody else, not so much. And then Michael Fassbender popped up, as well as Michael Gambon, who played Dumbledore.
There-
What are you looking up?
I was looking up something different, but it's okay. It was something I meant to talk to you about before we started, but I can't find it right now. And I'm not going to go through the time and
Fair enough.
look it up right now. But anyways, did you have anything you change about this movie? Tyler?
Yeah, that dude getting fucking shot in the face. Like I said, I would much rather them gone for a knife fight. Fatal wounds on both ends.
It was
He
a
admits.
quick way to die, and he
It's
had
like-
to.
No, it's like team killing in a
But
video game.
he-
Dude fucking squad
he
wipes,
had
you
to-
dome him.
Yeah, he had to die for the sake of story.
No.
Yeah, his dad needed to
Either
push.
die a hero or live long enough.
Because if he would have came back, then his dad never would have started the whole Secret Service thing, and it would have been
Bro, imagine
whole different
how
thing, so.
that man feels, though. Watch his wife get shot. Dying wish. Don't let our kid go to war. Kid, what does he do? Oh, you let our mom die. You're a bitch.
But I mean,
I'm
that
out.
was out of his power. He went to great lengths to not have his son go to war, but
And then what
at
does
the
his
end,
son do?
His son bamboozles him and goes to war.
I feel like he should have taught his son like how to fight, even if he was a pacifist.
I mean, he did teach him how to fight. The older dude did, but I mean,
like-
he slaughtered like 4 dudes with
Yeah.
with a knife.
No, I know.
I mean, he kicked ass, but
But he
the
got
way he
shot
just,
by
like,
a gun.
the way he fucking took that umbrella and hit that bomb away, like he was fucking just a
He was like
pro
fucking Babe
baseball
Ruth.
player. Yeah. That was so stupid. I expected that to be so cooler than it was, and he's just like,
It looked so dumb in slow mo.
It did too, and I was like, "That's you." I thought they would have caught it, like the dad would have caught it and like thrown, but no, it's just like,
Just like throwing it back into the crowd, and you watch like
then-
40 people just explode into
and
a
then you're
blood
like,
spray.
"Oh yeah, I saved him," and then later you just watch him get shot straight in the face, and you're like, "Oh fuck."
That's just like a fucking slap. Like, hey, good news, guys. We saved Archduke Franz Ferdinand. You know, they hired us to do that. Oh, wait. Hold on. I take that back.
Oh wait, hold on. We just watched him get shot.
I'm going to call
in
you
his
back on
fucking
this
face.
one. Send out the messenger boy.
That's it. Yeah.
Send out the pigeon, dude.
It
We
was
got to let
bad.
people know.
I had a change. Like I said, I would have had a little more action in the first half of the movie.
Right.
Like I said, the ending was really good. The whole like final climactic kind of showdown fight between good and
Yeah.
bad and everything. But I mean, it was pretty much from the halfway point on. There was fighting and stuff like that. There was action scenes, but I expected this to be pretty action packed from like start to finish.
Yeah.
And I understand you got a lot of story to be told. There was a lot of stuff going on with war and espionage and all this shit. And I get it, but
Right.
also like could have maybe used a little bit more. Maybe like throwing some flashbacks of the dad when he was in the war, just absolutely fucking slaughtering peeps in
Every
his
time-
fucking red jacket and
Every
everything.
time,
like,
I'm just going to say that. Every time that I see Ralph Fiennes now, all I think of is Lord Voldemort. So it's like real fucking wild to see.
you see him with a nose.
Well, there was a picture when he did like Order of the Phoenix where it had him with the nose and smiling and everything. So like I saw him happy in the movie
Yeah.
about after his wife died. You know, it like flash forward to his
Yeah.
son growing up. I saw him smiling. I was like, God damn it. Now all I saw after that was just fucking Lord Voldemort just fucking fighting and everything.
He's
It was
that's
fucking,
funny. I didn't even think about that.
It
but,
was
yeah.
real fucking wild. Well, that's why actors don't want to do roles for like more than like 3 or 4 movies, because then that's what they're known for. Like when you think of Tobey Maguire, what's another movie besides Spider-Man that you like? Oh, I love that movie, or I remember him in that.
That movie where he was, I think of that movie where he came back from war and he went all shit crazy on his wife who like banged his
Oh, The Great
brother or
Gatsby.
whatever. No, what was the name? It's like him, and then I think she like bangs his brother or something like that. It's been so long since I've seen that movie, and he's going kind of loopy because he's having trouble getting back. Anyways, that's another good movie he was
A
in.
well-known movie that you can remember.
Besides that, I really can't think of a whole lot of movies that he's in though.
What about? I almost said Ash Williams.
Oh, Ash Williams, yes, Pokemon.
What's his name? What's his real name? What's the dude
It's
that
Ash
plays
Ketchum. The real
Ash
dude that
versus
Ash.
Evil Dead? What's his
Bruce
film?
Campbell. Sorry, yeah.
What's another well-known movie that Bruce Campbell
Oh, I mean, he was in that one show. It was on fucking.
did? Oh, The Evil Dead.
No, it was on Burn Notice. He was on Burn Notice.
That's true, but he had like.
He was okay. So he was in like Escape from New York or L.A. One of the two. He was the Surgeon General. I know that he was also in that one show.
But you see how I'm
The
like.
one cowboy show from a long time ago that I always fucking forget the name. But yeah, I see what you're saying. Like
Sometimes
they have that
they-
most well-known character, and that's what they're known for. And it's like it's hard for you to see them like
So now imagine
as
any.
a villain or like as like what the fuck? Like if Tobey Maguire was like cast as like fucking the French dude in like some romantic movie, you'd be like, why the fuck is Spider-Man in this?
Exactly.
I know. When is he gonna spin his webs? No, I understand what you're saying.
But
though,
like
yeah.
when I see like anybody from Harry Potter, I'm like,
But where's your wand?
yeah, exactly. I was like, why is this man running around with a sword? Why can't he fly? Why? What's going on here?
Yeah.
Voldemort, he can
I
just
get
kill
it.
people.
I
Like,
get it. Yeah.
It was so fucking wild to me after I saw him smile. I was like, that's Voldemort. Nope. I can't see this any differently now.
It was still like I said, I'm not big in the Harry Potter movies, so I don't know. Still been crushing through Stargate SG-1 though, man, let me tell you.
Anyways,
That's a good show.
out of 10, or I'm sorry, we don't do 10s here. Out of 5, what would you rate
I was
the movie?
gonna say, dude, get ready for the close-up. You ready?
No. Yes. Oh shit, it was already
the
close up.
fuck?
It was already close up.
375 beards. 375.
365 Mafia.
Do it again.
Oh wait, hold on. All right.
I have no eyebrows. Dude, they're so bad.
It's rough to look at.
I'm also really tired, so I have really dark circles around my eyes.
Well, the hype is still here though. That's the good news.
Yeah.
So
What do you got though?
I was
You
just
going
go-
for a 4?
No, I was just gonna give it a 3.5. Like,
Dude.
you put 3.5. Yeah, I mean,
I did do 3.5 and then you talked me up. So I want to do 3.75. I'm going to stick with the 3.7. I'm going to do the 3.75. I'm going to stick with it.
Yeah,
I did like it.
It was good. It wasn't enough action, I feel like you've said.
I like this. The reason I loved the first one and I thought it was really cool, but the reason I also didn't kind of like it is because it seemed like it was appealing to too much of a younger audience and stuff like that.
For this one?
No, the very
Yeah.
first Kingsman movie.
It was like a hipster
And
James Bond.
Yeah, it really like with all the kids and everything, and like I just didn't really like it. And then you get that whole like crazy fight scene at the end where the dude fights the chick with like sword feet and everything. And I was kind of like, it's cool, don't get me wrong, but it's also kind of a little too far out there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But it was still good, don't get me wrong. But so that's why I never saw the second one. But when you said to do this movie, I immediately Googled it and I was like, oh, okay, so it's a prequel. I don't need to see the second movie. But not only that, it takes place like I said, like 1912 or whatever. And I was like,
1917, but yeah.
whatever it is. It's, yeah. But I was like, okay, I'll probably like this a lot more than I like the first one.
The
Because
second
it's
Kingsman,
not, it's still,
good.
it does a good job of like staying realistic.
Yeah.
Also having an element of like, I don't know the word I'm looking for here, but also like it, I don't know, just an unrealistic side and shit like that. We'll just, a lost for words right now. But anyways, regardless, it does a good job of fusing the two.
It
But like I
does.
said, that first one was kind of like, it had some scenes that were just out there to me that I was, like I said, the chick with the sword feet. I was like, what the fuck? Where did that come from?
Yeah, and
It was cool,
this
but
movie had more of a realistic sense
realistic
to it.
vibe, yeah.
Because
Even the fact that it's literally taking place during like all that crap that actually happened, and it
Yeah.
had characters from
'Cause-
real life that were actually in it and everything else, and yeah.
Like at the very end of the movie when the Kingsmen are like, yeah, our job is to be not above everybody, but be like the best secret agent service to prevent
Yeah,
major.
exactly. Straight espionage shit,
Yeah.
like in the shadows,
And
but
I was like,
yeah,
that's
hiding
cool.
in plain sight at the same time and everything.
I was like, yeah, that's cool. Yeah.
Yeah,
Hmm.
no, it's cool.
But I got nothing else. Do you?
That's it.
All right.
I think we're it.
We're gonna go for Beard and a Half movie reviews. I'm Tyler.
And I'm Garrett. Hey, be sure you like, subscribe, follow, all that good stuff. Go to our social medias, Instagram. If you want to suggest the next movie we do, you're good at that. Go to our Instagram page, click the link in the bio. You can pick which movie we do next. And once again, I'm Garrett.
And I'm Tyler. I forgot to zoom out.
Goodbye, everybody.
Oh, I thought you were gonna do another thing where you point at the camera.
Goodbye.